Time for the best of threes now, as we're going to be jumping into this one. Our first day here in Dallas for the ESL Pro League Finals, Season 7. And indeed, it is rather hot outside, but it's going to continue to heat up inside here as we continue to blast off with our first best of 3. This time, we get to see mousesports versus FaZe Clan after we got to see Cloud9 FaZe for what seems like forever. This time, however, it was much more of a one-sided affair, and I think I have to quickly introduce our analysts. We do have Janko Paunovic and Jacob Vinica joining us. Couple of quick points we have to hit before we start diving into maps. Janko, is just the FaZe we saw, admittedly one map, but it was looking bright.
Yeah, I think for FaZe it seems like these games at the start of the day look really good for them. So we'll see how that pans out in a best of 3 versus mousesports. You know, mousesports obviously an even more difficult opponent. They've been playing great lately. Oscar has finally showed up as well. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Absolutely. And if we do start talking maps, Jacob, is there anything that kind of immediately springs to the forefront of your mind before we start taking a walk through it?
I mean, both teams have a fairly deep map pool, I'd say, and both teams are fairly good on a lot of maps, especially mousesports. When you look towards their Mirage, for example, is a map that they probably want to have in this pool. Sure. So does FaZe, because they're decent on Mirage as well. Exist have been doing okay with them. So I feel like they have a lot of even playground, and that usually makes up for a great best of 3 series.
Yeah, I can certainly see Mirage cropping up. Janko, what's your kind of understanding of how at least the bans are going to go down?
Well, the interesting one is going to be mousesports, right? Do they decide to veto Cash, or do they decide to veto Overpass here? Because I believe that whatever they leave, FaZe is going to pick it. Obviously, Cash being the best map for FaZe. They only lost it once with Exist, and that was the first game they ever played on the map. So very dominant on it. And for FaZe on the other side of things, I don't think they're really going to go for a crazy veto. They just beat online on ECS, mousesports 16-2 on Mirage. So obviously LAN a different story, but they might be willing to play it here and leave it in the pool.
Oh, let's take a look. Let's walk through those vetoes then. So the first question was what mousesports choose to ban. That's something we'll get to take a look at. And it does look like they chose Cash of the 2. So perhaps if the profit is correct, Overpass will be FaZe's selection. Hasn't that been quite weak for them though, Janko, since Exist joined the roster?
I think it's definitely been weird. Even when Olaf was there, it went from their strongest maps to one of those where they are being exploited on. But I think it was more than anything a bit of matchup specific, right? They would be losing it to SK, and that had some deeper problems. And we see that they're comfortable to pick it here versus Mouse.
Now, Jacob, you suggested that Mirage is strong for mousesports. However, it's not a free win, is it? Despite being considered the best in the world, at least by Janko, I know will often kind of remind us of the power they have on Mirage. But FaZe, they're no slouch.
By no means at all, and Janko just said it. They lost 16-2 only a few days ago. So it's one of those maps where I feel mousesports are fundamentally probably together with Astralis the best teams in the world on Mirage. But they need the individuals to step up. They need the Oscars to go crazy, and they need Sonny, who's probably one of the best Mirage individual players in the entire world, to be here. And if they don't step up, then it's always like it is with FaZe. If you have Nico on your team, if you have Guardian on your team, like if you're not step up individually to go up against those players, you're gonna lose, and that doesn't really matter what map it is. Mirage though is one of those maps where your fundamentals goes a long way for them, and that's what mousesports has been picking on this scenario.
Let's bring up the rest of those vetoes, and let's also just see whether the Dust 2 conversation starts. It's going to be, of course, usually floated, and then someone has to make that decision for them, Janko, and it does look like it was FaZe who were playing no games, not willing to see that floated into the final ban.
Yeah, which is an interesting one. Maybe it comes from their confidence on Train, and Train is one of those maps that's actually really good for mousesports when you look at their stats on it, but because they always have either Nuke or Mirage open, they have no reason to pick anything but those 2 maps, and usually it ends up as a decider, and that's where mousesports are pretty good on it. So a bit surprised that maybe FaZe didn't want to go for Dust 2 over Train, but you know, it's also a positive sign if that's how confident they're feeling on the map that they're willing to play it against Mouse.
And yeah, and interestingly enough, I'm looking at their head-to-heads, and this year, last year, we've never seen these 2 matchups, these 2 rosters rather, play on Train. This will be the first time we get to see these 2 teams play this map in particular. It's been a lot of Mirage, a lot of Inferno, a lot of, looks like actually no Overpass either. Are my eyes deceiving me? So we're going to be seeing 2 new experiences for both of these teams.
Yeah, you wouldn't see Overpass because Mouse was exclusively banning it really, and now since Cash is such a strong map for FaZe, and both Cash and Overpass are kind of weak for mousesports, they just go, well, if you're gonna have to play a map that's shit for us, let's just go with the one that's not really good for them.
I see. So trying to find the lesser of 2 evils. Jacob, Overpass, mousesports, used to ban it. Is it safe to assume the first map, your understanding is FaZe are going to take this one?
Yeah, I would say so, especially when you look towards the players FaZe is dealing with. Guardian, probably one of the best AVP players on Overpass as well. He's so good at holding this A bomb site all by himself, which leaves so much room for the FaZe players to do whatever they want. Rain in the toilet area as well, probably the best player in the world doing that. So I've said this a countless times, the best player doing a certain role, and FaZe have that in so many different scenarios, and so does Mouse in Sunny or Mirage. But for FaZe, it's like all over the maps, and they can do that all the time, and especially on Overpass, I would say Guardian, Rain, if they get off to a good start, it's going to be rough for them.
It's going to be interesting. I do hope to see mousesports put up some sort of fight, some resistance. It does sound like the game is about to go down, and therefore, without further ado, we can once again introduce your casters. Jason Moses O'Toole, and none other than the guy who claims to be elfish.
I really liked that. I really liked how he closed that one out.
Me too.
Yeah. If you were an elf, which one were you? The dark elf, high elf? What are we talking here?
I think I'd probably be a high elf, to be honest. Yeah.
It's a standard answer.
Very elitist, so there you go.
Yeah, all you Aussies, that's definitely the way we roll.
Right. But this match, this is a crazy match, actually. We've got so early on in the tournament. FaZe and mousesports, I mean, this should be a cracker.
Yeah, this is sick to come out this early in the tournament for sure. I'm really pumped for this one. We'll see how this goes. Oscar's going to be pushed up. Just listening for information. You can see Knife out. He doesn't want to take any fights. He's actually alone here. They can wrap behind him. This is a really, really scary play for him to make, and he's going to get away. He takes some damage, but now he's stuck. Now he cannot escape. He's got to fight, and he's going to go down.
Tries his best, but can't get the job done, and I mean, he just couldn't keep running and keep running and keep running. Had to eventually take that fight, but not going to work out in his favor. Still mousesports. They've rotated themselves up to the A bomb site. Not that it seems to be mattering right now. As FaZe Clan, they have got that steamroll rolling. And the A site is now theirs, losing only the one player. Bomb down. And 2v4 for the retake. Robson, Chris J, not an easy task.
And actually, FaZe has put themselves in perfect post-plant positions. Everyone playing passively except Exists. He's still just playing inside the bomb site, just distracting, keeping them at bay until just now when Chris hits that headshot. But still a long way to go. They do have a smoke and they do have a kit, so a chance here, but it's going to have to be desperate. Rops exposed to danger to put down the smoke, and actually, he puts the smoke down in the wrong place. They could swing out this corner, and Chris has no cover. He's just got to hit headshots, and he's got a couple, but he does eventually go down. We talk a lot with this FaZe team about the amazing skill of their players, but that round, the utility usage was perfect. They wait for that smoke to plume, the follow-up flashbang to blind Stico to force him out into the open. And Oscar gave him an inch and they took the mile.
Just seemed like a losing battle from the outset, really, for FaZe, for mousesports, where they were trying to claw their way back into it, but they were too much of a deficit to really be able to get anything done there, and FaZe eventually just swamps them with their numbers as well. And 1.0, good start for FaZe. Guns are going to come out, and a lot of AKs, giving a lot of respect over to mousesports right now.
They know the scouts come out pretty frequently, whether it's on Rops, whether it's on Chris J. mousesports has some danger with those weapons, so they want to be able to battle at range. Sunny goes down with the Deagle. Chris is going to swap out for that. Still some presence over in this area of the map. In these entrance to bathrooms at the top of the stairs. Chris has got to divide his attention. He's got no pressure coming from this angle. It's Oscar up next to be challenged. Guardian's going to be swinging out to take that fight, but we'll see if mousesports can mount any kind of a defense.
All right, now it doesn't seem like they want to mount a defense, rather just try and slink their way back into the A-bomb side and buy a little bit more time for themselves, which they have successfully been able to do. They've gotten themselves safely back to A, and all of their players are up on this side of the map. So FaZe, if they continue this push onto A, I mean, they're still obviously got that weapon advantage, but mousesports do have some numbers here and could cause some problems.
Tough part is FaZe doesn't have anyone over towards the B bomb site or even on the staircase, so they're kind of committed to this A site, so they're just going to run down the clock and let the clock apply the pressure that they really don't want to get into quite yet. Here's Oscar going for information. He's going to find one, and he's going to go down. Nico's going to swing out wide, ducks underneath the crosshair. Stico shuts him down, but great trades from FaZe, and it's just the scout and a Deagle left to defend.
Still possible, though, for mousesports if they deny the bomb carrier or something like that. I mean, Robs is putting in a good effort there for his team, but now in a 1 versus 3, Chris J, he can't deny that bomb plan, and really that's what mousesports needed. But FaZe, they'll be happy with that round. They do drop an AK, but they still take 3 through. All in all, it's not going to hurt them too much.
No, they're going to be fine with it, and they could even choose to go down to a MAC-10 if they want to build up some money, or just keep a player on a pistol, as we've seen some teams do in the past in this third round. Either way, they shouldn't be facing too much of a staunch defense. It looks like a nade stack is going to be the desperation that mousesports brings forward, but it's only 2 nades, so even that, not a whole lot of worry if you're FaZe. And everyone from mousesports heading towards this B bomb site. All 5 players going to be here, and we'll see when do they drop those nades out. It's on Chris J and Rops. And I think he's going to miss the timing on that. You kind of need to guess if you're going to throw it into that tunnel, and it's only the one nade. There goes Oscar. Rain just dueling with this P250, and he gets another one. Just a nice little one tap.
Isn't it so bold right now for FaZe that they've got 2 players on pistols in this round? Obviously, there's still the 3 AKs, but I just find it quite confident, at least from FaZe, that they've just decided really to have that minimal investment in this round. It's working so nicely for them as well. Obviously, Rain not being put to any kind of a deficit with just having the P250 as opposed to any kind of other gun. 3-0 up now for FaZe, and we'll get into the first gun round for mousesports. And they need to turn things around quick, smart.
I think the first team I saw really do that is just bring like pistols into the 3rd round after they've won the 2nd against a force buy was, I want to say it was G2 at Malmo of last year. I mean, obviously it works to good effect. You can put yourself in some kind of spot of danger, but obviously if you send them to lead forward to kind of scout, it really minimizes some of the risk. So really cool stuff. A quick 3-0 for FaZe, and now they go up against an immediate double up setup. Oscar's got one, Chris J the other, and Oscar is going to turn for it. There's Sunny, double kill as he comes right through the water, right through the flashbang, and he cripples FaZe early on.
Perfect pop flash from his teammate. I'm not sure who it was, but that really sets that kill up. I thought for sure Sunny was going to be going down there, but all of a sudden, now FaZe on the back foot in the first gun round. Chris J hasn't spotted that cross, though. Might be something to work with there for Guardian, although he's losing his teammates across the board. It was in fact Exist that I was talking about, not Guardian, but regardless, it's just Guardian left in a 1v5. What's gone on?
He's gotten wrecked. That double kill from Sunny is huge. Obviously, a 5-on-3 is great to have, but it also put the AWP in perfect position. Chris J was able to grab the angle and kind of sneak a shot off to an unsuspecting opponent, and Oscar, being as bold as he likes, pushes up the stairs, wraps around Fountain towards Long, and gets a free kill on Nico, who's wondering where exactly Oscar came from. So Guardian, the only goal that he has is just to take some guns away, and he spots the elbow or shoulder of one. That's Stico, who I think has spotted him in return. And you can see those dots all reacting on the minimap. The 3 players over at B starting to push forward. Oscar considering a new angle as well.
Guardian, there's surely no way that he manages to get out of here alive. If it were to be, he would have had to have fought his way out, which clearly has gone the way of mousesports. That's a very good response, though, for mousesports. Not losing a single gun, a very confident first gun round, and FaZe forced to reinvest, which shouldn't break the bank too much, but does put them down fairly low. So mousesports really with an opportunity to come straight back into it.
Yeah, that's great. 5 players surviving. It's all well and good. The double up setup was expensive, but you've mitigated some of those costs just by surviving. Get some utility built up as well. FaZe need a response here. UMP on Kerrigan, they're already hitting a low in terms of their economy, even with those pistols purchased. Flashbang through, Sunny's going to push up towards the Fountain. They want to be aggressive on this defense.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it on B, now we're seeing it up on the upper side of the map. I'm not necessarily going to say the A side, but through that Fountain. And mousesports continuing to try and put that pressure on FaZe early. They're really trying to dictate how this match is being played out on that CT side, and it's good to see as long as it works. But the thing is, when it stops working, then it kind of is a bit of egg on your face. Right now, 1-for-1, it's not too bad for mousesports.
Still have the advantage, especially considering the damage onto Rain down to 12 HP. He's had to swap over for the UMP to allow Kerrigan to have that AK-47, so Rain will mostly be an overqualified flank watcher in this round. Stico and Oscar have control of the stairs, so when this B-hit does come in, it'll be a quick flank, it'll be a quick recovery, quick reinforcements for mousesports. It all depends. Chris J just needs one, and he's got it. He can go for more as well. Relative safety here, but Exist puts him down. Now Erupts can't double him up, but there's Stico going to be at sandbags, and there's no smoke to block this. Actually, there is on Exist, and he puts it out just now, but it's for the bomb site. Stico's got a great position.
But I think he's made a little bit too much noise, and FaZe are aware of his positioning. Still, it doesn't matter. He's able to get the kill onto Exist, and Guardian is left in a 1 versus 2. Wisely decides to head towards the A bomb site, although mousesports cottoning on to that idea very, very quickly, and Guardian might not even have time to get the bomb down. He's going to try and take the fight, and that works out nicely for him. Very good awareness. And puts it into the 1v1, and now he can get that bomb down.
Such good knowledge of when he has the advantage. He knows that they're hot on his heels. He knows they want to get there quick, so just goes back, takes that quick shot, turns it into a one-on-one. No chance for a trade there, and Stico has to be very cautious coming through these narrow corridors. Now onto the A bomb site. Because of that 1 kill onto Oscar, Guardian's had plenty of time to get into a perfect position.
Yeah, masterwork so far from Guardian here in the 1v2. There is a smoke down for Stico, though. That could cause some problems for Guardian, particularly with the AWP. If he can't get the first shot across, you know, things start to become a little bit questionable. But having spotted out Stico there, he knows exactly what's going on here and just needs to spam away. The knife is out. He's not going to be able to get this. The defuse is on. A little bit too late, unfortunately for Guardian. He gets the kills, but not in time.
Oh, that's so harsh, and he knew it as well. He takes that first shot. There was a small gap in the smoke, and he had to hit that shot. Fortunate for Stico to have that smoke, but all 5 players go down. But this is when we turn back to the previous round, the 4th round that mousesports won with everyone surviving, gave them enough money to survive a calamity like that. They're on the verge of reset, but they're going to have a very strong buy. The double ops out again. And for FaZe, they kind of have to force up into this. They still have the up on Guardian, obviously, but behind the AKs, not a lot of nades, and they even have Kerrigan down to the UMP again.
Pretty trying time for both sides now. It's an important round to set the stage for how the rest of this half is going to play out, and Guardian opening up nicely. Obviously, didn't quite manage to secure that clutch, but really, you got to say he played it out quite nicely in the end. So he seems to be having a pretty good time so far for FaZe, 6-2. I mean, it's early days. You don't want to read into it too much, but if he can transfer that form that we saw at the IEM Sydney Finals into Dallas, then that could be quite useful for FaZe.
This time he punishes the aggression towards A that mousesports have come out with quite frequently to start this half. mousesports has done a good job of taking control of something though, and FaZe has led towards the A bomb, so they take control of B, and Sunny again going to be challenged, and he's going to win it initially, but he can't control the spray from here for that long. And Stico with some support at range is able to find one. A lot of damage dealt out. Yeah. Look at the position of Rops. He's got the information, but Rain is going to neutralize some of that. It might not even matter if he's going to hit shots like that.
Yeah, just tapping away with the AK. No concerns in the world, really, there for Rain. And FaZe now have a 2-player advantage. Going to slowly make their way towards the A bomb site. Chris J holding on to that one. With the AWP, you'd probably rather see the M4 here for that multi-kill potential, particularly given Nico is quite low on HP, but it's not to say that Chris J can't make this one happen. He'll need to find that first kill straight away, and he misses the shot, but he gets an opportunity onto Guardian. Still alive, eventually is dropped. And there was a chance, a very slim one for Chris J, but he can't quite hang on to it there. And for Ops now, it's really an impossible task in a 1v3.
Yeah, it's to save the AWP and bail out. He's trying to find it. That's where Oscar died earlier, and it looks like FaZe has thrown that weapon away off the map, so no luck for Rops. He's going to feel bad about that one. Nico's got the AWP to bring it forward for Guardian in the next round, and Rops shouldn't even really consider going for this. He's going to get challenged by Rain, finds that kill. Oh, actually, now he could go for it. Now there's about half time. He's been given some gifts. Rain, not even aware. Nico with low HP, but he's got a lot of time to find it. Again, that smoke, that pesky smoke is still on the board. Can they do it again?
With an AK, though, Exist has a much better chance of shutting this one down than Guardian did in the last. The spam coming through, and he will be able to get the job done. But a little bit more expensive for FaZe than they would have liked. It is going to force the rebuy on pretty much all of their members, and it does keep the money low.
Pressure is a little bit abated, though. mousesports would be risking a lot if they force buyed into this round. 2 to 4. Just let FaZe get up to 5, save the USPs, and have a much stronger buy in the next round if that's the route you want to go. But no, they're going to invest here. They want to risk it. This scares me. This means this half could really snowball out of control quickly, depending on how these next few rounds play out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 50-50 decision, really, isn't it? I guess if it works, we're going to be praising mousesports for picking up that round, and it is going to force FaZe back onto an eco. But on the same token, this could really allow FaZe to just run away with things. And Chris J, a 1-for-1. Oh, my goodness. He's gotten rid of Exist as well, and Oscar's good for 1 as well. And mousesports now have a 2-player advantage. All of a sudden, it seems like a masterstroke.
You can still criticize the decision even if it works out, which is,
I agree.
That's where I'm going to hang my hat. I'm still going to criticize that decision. Nico, though, not even aware that Oscar's there. He gets away with his life for the moment, but Oscar will eventually clean him out. And yeah, this looks like mousesports is going to take it, so a big risk, and it's going to pay off, at least this time.
I mean, it's good, I think. Well, obviously it's good for mousesports, but this is the kind of thing if you're up against FaZe, and if FaZe gets onto a roll like they could have, maybe mousesports, this is the kind of play that they do need to make to keep themselves in a matchup like this. It just remains to be seen which FaZe we're going to see. Is it going to be the FaZe from IEM Sydney Groups, or is it going to be FaZe from IEM Sydney Finals?
Yeah, that'll be the interesting question. Still plenty of time to kind of find that out. Still plenty of time for FaZe to get to that grand final version of themselves. 4 to 3. Even with that turnaround from mousesports with the Deagles and the CZs, it's a pretty solid lead for FaZe early on to be up on this T side of Overpass. But they too have invested with a very sketchy buy, and will leave them with basically nothing into the next round if they can't win it. Kerrigan with the scout, gonna grab the angle quickly, sees nobody, moves on to the next, as the rest of his team Comes through the underpass, wants to climb up the stairs to join him at bathrooms, and this might be something you just toss out a flashbang, you force Stico off the angle, and then you bum rush.
Definitely an option for FaZe. Right now, Stico is pushing forward, and obviously we've got Oscar watching the long angle, but there's not that much defense on the A bomb side. A rotation is coming across, though, from Mouse. Carrigan still being a bit of a pest for mousesports on long. So far, no kill, no damage even coming out from him. If he would have gotten a shot across, it would have made life difficult. Or easier, even for the pistols of FaZe. But now is really where we need to see the kills come out. And that's a nice little push out from FaZe, although they don't recognize that there's going to be another player there. Stico shutting things down, and Oscar does a good job on long as well. That could have been a big problem for mousesports, actually.
I was going to say, that was poised to be a disaster for mousesports. 2 players watching that highway angle and no one even realizing how close exactly FaZe was to exploding. The deagle shots from Nico keep their attention in that direction. The rest of FaZe kind of swing out. That was really well orchestrated for FaZe, and it was close to being a disaster. Look at this, 3 HP on Oscar. If he goes down, even more damage could have followed up. Still unlikely that FaZe might have been able to win that round, but the damage would have been the big thing. Now you can see Oscar 6,200, Chris J 4,600. They're starting to build up money, and we see Chris J staying on the pistol as well.
Yeah, it's just full pistols out here for FaZe, and those grenades, magical for mousesports. In the end, FaZe are actually able to get a couple of kills out of this round, and given the investment, Chris J, he'll be happy with that, but given the investment that FaZe put in there, I feel like they've done well.
Yeah, they have done pretty well.
Kind of nullified a little bit by the knife kill, but
yeah, I was going to say that the knife kill coming in right at the end. It was just like casual, like Ren didn't even realize he was there, and it was like, oh, what's happening? Knife's out.
There you go.
That's the most casual knife we've seen in a while. Double op setup for mousesports now with a 1-round lead, 5-4, but the AK's the op is back in FaZe's hands.
All right, another tipping point here. Not a massive one, but a round that could dictate the next few. For FaZe, they started off so well, and then mousesports really just fought back with that forced buy. Not sure that FaZe is going to be particularly pleased with how things have been progressing so far. So this is where we should see them really put a lot into this round.
mousesports has not been afraid to keep one player at the A bomb site and stack over towards B early on. They seem to be waiting for FaZe to have a heavy play towards the B bomb site. It might just be this round. Rops went looking for information, almost found a kill on Exist, but he doesn't find the info they needed. He only spots one player. Kerrigan, Guardian, and Rain are all at short sewers, so mousesports still has no indication of how many bodies are here, but they're still keeping the defense strong. And a good kill through the smoke is going to deny Sunny.
Yeah. It's been really good counter utility usage out here from mousesports. It's keeping FaZe at bay, but the thing is that they're still bleeding players. And despite the fact that FaZe haven't got into the site, they've found 3 kills already. And it should be easy heading on from here.
This is such a weird round out of mousesports. I mean, losing Rops is one thing. You push the UMP forward, see what he can find. Sunny gets spammed through the smoke. Chris J tries to push through the smoke, and then Oscar peeks towards Monster. So a very disorganized defensive round, and Stico, he has got a chance here to build upon this, but I think they're wise to kind of what he's doing. They know he's still around, and Guardian misses the shot, but Exist is wrapping around, and Stico goes down. 5-5, all tied up. Money in the bank for mousesports. They'll have to drop one weapon over to Stico. They're pretty much going to exhaust the coffers.
It's a good response there from FaZe. The double up, let's see if that comes out again for mousesports. Chris J yet to buy, but we'll see. As FaZe put themselves at 5, and it's a really good round out for FaZe. They've taken 4 guns through. They've forced the reinvestment now from mousesports. They're all down to, you know, basically no money on the CT side. So FaZe here again, it's their opportunity to start to build this first half. They've had one, they missed out on it. But second time might be the charm for them. The double op is ahead of them.
Much more staunch defense in this underpass and staircase as well for mousesports. Very centralized. Can rotate to either one of the maps very quickly. The one area of danger in this defense so far is if FaZe decide to send a massive amount of bodies out towards long A. They can bypass everything, but Rain is going to challenge. He's going to be the first one to encounter pressure. Being very cautious. Not using his utility yet. There he spots Oscar. That's a quick kill, and Oscar's going to be frustrated. He's got two teammates designed to cover this exact play, and somehow it's the op that goes down first, and Rain backs off, waits for the follow-up pressure, and he plays that so perfectly. They know where Seiko is now as well. They have so much information, and the pace is being picked up towards long. They're going to get in before anyone can rotate in, and FaZe is going to win this round already.
And just off the back of Rain getting, even that first frag was almost enough for him. If he spots out the next couple of players, FaZe still make this same play, and it's still a 4v4, but the bomb well and truly down for FaZe, and the post plan is going to be set up quite nicely. mousesports aren't going to be able to do anything here in the 4v3, so they'll just have to save. But this is where FaZe can now kind of push forward and try and push their advantage, go for the hunt. They do have a little bit of money to play with. They can sacrifice an AK or two here, but they can't fully commit to getting rid of all of these CT weapons.
Usually as well, I mean, there's no one even pressuring for the retake, so I think that's what's going to decide FaZe not hunting more than anything, is when those save calls are made by mousesports, they can get in very, very good positions and have a lot of time to kind of figure out all the angles, who's watching what, and that's where you kind of lose the opportunity to get some of those guns out of their hands. Either way, nice clean win from FaZe. Great job by Rain, very impressive control of that position, and then a great response from FaZe as well when they realize what's happening across the map, but it all starts with that guy right there.
Yeah, having a good game so far. He's leading the charge for FaZe, leading from the front. The AWP's going to come out once again for mousesports, or saved through, I suppose, but what's the investment for the remaining couple of players that weren't able to save here? It looks like they are going to get the buy through. So down quite low, but at least it's another reasonable buy for mousesports. It's not that they're back onto a full eco and allowing FaZe to run away with the rest of this half. They still are in with a chance.
Look at the pressure out towards long. Stico and Chris going to double up, and they're going to start peeking out wider and wider. Chris has that AWP, and it rings true. There goes Guardian. Not able to handle the push that time. He did punish Oscar in that very same position earlier, but Chris J comes out on top this time.
So player advantage for mousesports. It's something that we haven't seen from them. They've been lacking that. It's typically been FaZe to find the opening kill, and so mousesports, another opportunity for them here to consolidate on a round advantage that they do have. Bring it back to 6 apiece and keep us going backwards and forwards, but at this point, even if they can come back to 6 apiece, it still feels as though FaZe are having a pretty good time on their T side, which is... Oh, wow, Carrigan, if you're going to hit shots like that, maybe they're going to have an even better time. FaZe making their way into the B bomb site. Now just Chris J, his position not yet known. Let's see if he can bring us some magic. Only able to get one. A good trade out from Nico, and the bomb will go down. 3v3 for the retake. Sunny's already into the site as well. And Oscar has an angle too.
Sunny's in a really dangerous spot for FaZe. Great shot. There goes Oscar, and Nico's aware of the possibility. Sunny might have found the timing, and he did. There goes Rain. Can't double up. The flank coming in, though. Stico, one last chance. 2-on-1, and he's picked up an op. There's not a whole lot for him to do. All that FaZe have to do is just not peek and not give it up, and I think Stico's backing away now. It almost seems like Kerrigan switched PCs with Guardian for that entry kill. That's the exact kind of kill you'd expect him to get out, and there's Stico still holding on to it. Saving the op with the retreat. And a 7th round for FaZe.
Yeah, very, very happy for that, or happy with that if you're FaZe. Even despite the fact that they lose 4 guns, they do a lot of economic damage. They get the round on the board. This only benefits them. And mousesports, the money's, yeah, a bit weird.
It's not great, but the fact that they save an op, I mean, we've seen mousesports time and time again. As long as you can get an op in Oscar's hand, there's always going to be a risk of them force buying around it. And FaZe has got to know that. That's a beautiful entry from Kerrigan. If that goes down, it's essentially all over. Ooh, get a little bit of a recast.
Yeah.
You sounded great.
Thanks. That's what I hope. Anyway, for FaZe, up against another buy here. Guardian opens up well, though. This time, it's FaZe to find that opening kill. mousesports last round. They couldn't consolidate on that round. They couldn't convert that opening kill into a round win. And now that FaZe has got the opening kill, this is really starting to look a little bit dangerous for mousesports. They've been hanging in there for the first 10 rounds, but FaZe, it feels to me like, are now starting to pull ahead a little bit.
Tough part is they haven't so much adapted, really. They're still playing that kind of style where there's a lot of aggression out of the defensive side, whether it's pushing up towards Fountain, pushing up towards Long, pushing the stairs, whatever it might be. And now FaZe is kind of saying, all right, well, you've been pushing for the majority of this, so we'll just sit and watch for it. And they find Chris J with an aggressive peek. Especially when you go against Guardian with an AWP, you're going to lose some of those aggressive plays pretty much the same amount as you're going to win them. So it's always that gamble at risk. And now, 2 players to defend the B bomb site, and FaZe slowly encroaching.
As long as he wins the race, FaZe have still got a lot of utility to play with. They've still got that player advantage, and here comes that utility indeed. Sunny needs to come up big here, and indeed he will. He gets 2 kills with the UMP. Not sure that it's enough, though. Needed another kill to come out there from the other player that was on the bomb side, and in the end, FaZe just walk in. They lose a couple of players, but they trade effectively. 2 for 2 when you've got the player advantage is more than enough.
It seemed like they were handling that monster attack well enough. It was the fact that there just wasn't a player to watch for that wrap from sandbags, from that kind of short aspect of B. And obviously, if you're mousesports and you have 2 AWPs, not very wieldy to retake the bomb site, and on top of that, you're pretty much risking any kind of buy you're going to have in the next round if you go for that and lose those ops. So prioritizing the AWPs for mousesports is the right decision to make here. But they've at some point, they've kind of got to throw that kind of mindset away, and they're going to have to start going for some of these. 5-8 is going to be the score. 2 rounds left in this half. And you've got to fight for some of these down the stretch.
Yep. It's been a pretty grim storyline for mousesports. There's been that silver lining of saving the guns, but yeah. It's a very, very dark cloud hanging over their heads right now as FaZe really are storming away with the first half. This even feels like it could be a 10-5.
Here's the crazy thing, or maybe not the crazy thing, but you know, FaZe, a lot of the criticism that's been levied against FaZe, you know, over the period of this super teams lineup, even when they were, you know, running over teams early on in their kind of existence, is, you know, their T sides at times have looked lackluster. This is a very good T side that they're putting together. They've obviously had the benefit of mousesports kind of aggressing into them and providing some opening picks, but at the same time, we've seen some very good decisions being made by Kerrigan in the mid-round that have yielded FaZe Clan some rounds. So much better looking, obviously, than Sydney, where they really struggled in the early stages of the tournament.
That's for certain. It's so funny to sort of think about how close FaZe was to actually getting knocked out.
Yeah.
And then they end up winning 3-0, admittedly, a very close 3-0.
An Australian team or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember those guys. They were called Greyhound or something, I don't know. But yeah, just crazy. And now they're really almost rolling over at mousesports, it feels like. And this was a mousesports that coming into IEM Sydney, we were sort of pegging as one of the best teams heading into it. And what a difference maybe a week or 2 makes.
Stiko's got the read. He knows that Smoke is going to give up the idea. Flashbang doesn't do much, but it does surprise him, and there goes Oscar. The follow-up from Rain, and this FaZe team is just a different beast when Rain is hitting those shots.
This is looking so dangerous right now for mousesports. Again and again and again, FaZe are getting those opening picks, getting even not just the opening pick, but multiple.
FaZe on the scoreboard has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 frags.
That's nice, isn't it?
Fun fact of the day. Not even sure it's really a fact. Fun little...
Well, it is a fact. It's true, right?
Yeah.
So I guess...
It's a good point.
I would have said I'm not sure it's fun, but...
It is a little silly. Listen, we like to have fun here at ESL Pro League.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, who's not having fun right now is mousesports.
No, they're getting battered recently, aren't they? They're on a 4-round losing streak, looking like it's about to be 5. Rops is the only one at this B bomb site, and everyone is kind of on the horse over to kind of help them out. Chris J and Sunny, they're running as fast as they possibly can, but our FaZe is in complete control of this map. They can just abandon up the staircase. Now they can go over towards A. They know they've likely caused the rotation. Sunny's pretty committed to the B bomb site. He'll be out of position, and Chris J has no idea how close they are, so he's got to be cautious. He'll be the first line of defense. Yeah,
Smokes to go down as well for FaZe. They're not really leaving anything to chance here, are they? Chris J is flashed out, and it's all going to come down to Sunny, but he can't manage to find a kill. Rops with the fadeaway frag onto Nico, but it's just the 1 kill, and mousesports needed far more. Bomb will be planted just in time for FaZe, and it never feels like they're not in control of the round. So Chris J decides to play aggressively, despite the fact that Rops was already sort of looking to save there, it felt like. So a little bit of miscommunication for mousesports, perhaps.
Could be frustration creeping in as well when you're getting this beat up. If you're Chris J, you start to feel like, all right, I need to do something that's going to get my team back into this. Maybe give your teammate, maybe give Rops, you get 1 kill and you give them the opportunity to win a 1 versus 2. It doesn't happen. 5-9, and FaZe now on a big streak. It's been 5 in a row here, and they've had 3 of those plants, so no problem getting into these bomb sites. And again, just a great mid-round call. Apply that pressure onto Rops at the B bomb site, and when you don't get the results you want initially, you have complete control of the map. You can bail out and go towards A, and they catch mousesports in the middle of a rotation. That's really well done from FaZe.
At the very least, mousesports have the money to buy into this round. Now, they could have had the double AWP had Chris J saved through that last round, but there is still a single AWP. It's glass cannon for Oscar, but they have the tools to work with. It is still a winnable round for mousesports. Again, the aggression out from Sunny, which is what we saw him do early on in this map, has been sort of slowing down on that as FaZe started to take control of things. But mousesports, they still want to try and challenge it. And Nico very well aware of it. Not aware of the trade, but 4v4. Again, FaZe, they should be pretty happy with this.
They'll be all right with it. They haven't dealt with this pressure before. It's not just Sunny with the aggression, though. It's Oscar out towards long. It's Stico up towards Picnic, and he's going to get forced away as well. The tough part is they never spotted Oscar. With this op, he's going to have a deep, deep angle that's going to allow Chris to stay pretty comfortable in stairs. He's watching for any presence there to wrap on Oscar. Stico's going to be able to rotate back towards the B bomb site, so they'll have a decent defense, and they'll have Chris J on a fast flank. But these two players, Rops and Stico, they need to be able to hold this off as long as possible. They need to survive.
Rops is going to do his best there. He does get rid of Rain. Stico as well, chiming in with one. So the entry onto the bomb site hasn't worked the way that FaZe would have liked it. Still 2 players left alive, though. Let's not count them out just yet. Karrigan, known to step up when it really matters for FaZe, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Oscar holding the angle. He'll go down to Guardian, and all of a sudden we're back to a 1v1. Guardian has the time to rotate off this site if he wants to. That is exactly what he wants to do, but Chris J, has he heard that? Is he going to fall for the bluff?
He'll have known that's a fake. He heard those footsteps stop. Maybe not. Now he's got to play the guessing game. Guardian's got him questioning things. But Chris is sticking around. Look at the time as well. 8 seconds on the clock. Guardian's got to make his play, and it's going to be just now. Chris is aware of it.
He's going to have a rude awakening ahead of him here, Guardian. But Chris J peeks right into the angle, and Guardian now spots him out. The advantage here. Guardian closes it out. 10-5 at the end of the first half. And what can go wrong for mousesports does go wrong for mousesports. FaZe a dominant first half.
Yeah, that was lovely. I mean, there was a nice 5-1 run there for mousesports in the middle of that, but they got blanked outside of it. That double up setup, once it was taken away, didn't seem to have too many answers, and FaZe really peels them across the map multiple times. Some great mid-round calls on Overpass, and they had some players playing at a very high level. Rain had a good half. Guardian played well also. 14 kills for Guardian, 11 for Rain. Nico was relatively quiet as far as some of his big flashy plays go, but he's at 11 kills also.
It's just one of those games for FaZe where everyone seems to be getting involved. No one's necessarily having a massive step-up game, but there's enough there from FaZe that they're making it look really easy actually right now against mousesports. So we're heading into the pistol round here in the second half, and mousesports, it's one that they desperately need to win. A good start though there for Guardian as he drops Sunny. And he's being pressured still by Chris J, but he's buying himself some time, backing off. Doesn't have any backup here though, as Chris J continues the chase, and we'll find the trade eventually. 4v4.
Yeah, Rain's position though, this is wild, and this is something we know that he likes to do. They're gonna have to stop this early on. That's a nice tap at range. He's got the advantage in these fights. He's forced back to 60 HP. He's got to fall away, and he's just gonna sneak off and not even go down the ladder. He's going towards T-spawn. This is a really awkward rotation. Rops is behind him, starting to consider this and come back to it, but Rain is still dangerous.
It's a very, very weird round, and if Rain even gets one more frag out of this before going down, it could shut things out. That's a great shot hit though by Oscar, and keeps mousesports alive here in the pistol and the map.
It's a lot of time off the clock though as well, and that bomb still is very undecided because of the nature of where these battles are taking place. mousesports has no clue what kind of a defense they're looking at. Now, on the reverse side, FaZe as well is going to have no information. You can see how deep into the bomb sites exist Nico and Karrigan are, so they don't have the intel of what's coming. Nico should be able to spot it over towards long A if he just chucks this just once. He sees it now. He wants that fight with the USP. Exist is going to be on the rotate pretty soon here, but Nico and Karrigan have to hold off initially.
Yeah, mousesports need to commit to this site. Nico, that's a sharp shot hit, and Karrigan, he's just going to try and slow things down here for mousesports. Inevitably, the bomb does have to be planted, but Karrigan gets rid of Rops, and if he wins this duel, that's round over. In the end, Exist does come in with the goods, and that's the pistol for FaZe, exactly what mousesports was hoping to avoid.
Great aggression from Guardian and Rain to start things out, really threw that round into hell, but a team ace for FaZe. Everyone gets one nice little headshot to find their kill in the round. 11-5, and mousesports on a really tough run at the moment, if you even stretch it back towards the first half. But what do they do here?
Well, at this point, they got the bomb down, so they'll just save through this round. Get those AKs out. I don't know if it's time yet to start thinking about map 2, but for mousesports, this is the choice of FaZe. So there is that small silver lining that we're moving on to Mirage, mousesports' choice.
Another map in which FaZe is no slouch on, especially when they're playing like this. So gotta be worrying there. Here we go. P250s, Glocks, all pushing forward towards bathrooms, but Rain wants to make some money. It's not gonna happen. Guardian to follow up, and he sprays down 2. Good transfer over. There goes Karrigan. So they're losing some players. They're bleeding out and Exist now. Has to rotate towards A, and there's been an M4 given up. Chris J, an element of danger here if he can hit a nice shot onto Exist, who doesn't want to commit to any of those fights. It's a headshot angle. Bomb's going to go down, and even if mousesports end up losing this, it's a victory as they'll have a very strong buy in the next round.
Yeah, FaZe just overcommitting a little bit to those fights. There was a lot of players there for mousesports, and despite the fact that they only have pistols, they can still do some damage when there's concentrated fire. And now a gun in the hands, the bomb down, mousesports, they'll be feeling pretty comfortable about this round. Chris J gets a good shot over onto Guardian as well, and Exist goes down too. So mousesports in the driver's seat now all of a sudden. Nico needs to find himself a 1v2 clutch with very little time to work with, and he's even decided it's going to be too much ahead of him. He's decided to back out here and give the round up. In the end, Stico does decide to chase him down, but all in all, mousesports is going to come away with the round 1. And that's a lot of damage done to the CT economy. Like you said, the bomb going down allows a great buy coming through for mousesports. A very successful second round.
That's actually the CT economy wiped out. You've got Kerrigan and Exist both below 2,000. Nico and Rain at 2,100. Guardian's got the most at 3,300. So they can't even really buy. And you're right, that is a massive overextension in that round. FaZe taking too many fights, being too overconfident in that staircase. And even against Glocks and a P250, to lose all of these. The fact is as well, Guardian had so much pressure put on him and took so much damage, he couldn't stick around on staircase. He had to fall away. If he was able to stick around and have a flank, that could have done something. But you can see when mousesports starts pressuring A, Exist misses the timing to get there to really mount any kind of a defense. And he's got to wait, and that's what allows the plant to go down. That's what gives time for mousesports to get in good post plants.
Well, let's not count FaZe out just yet. Even though they've only got those pistols, they can still do some damage here. And already a little bit over to Stico. It's not a big deal for mousesports just yet, but every little bit counts. And Rain, he's been having a very good game so far, finding the first kill there onto Chris J. It's not a massive cause for concern for mousesports yet.
Yet. Quickly could get there. Rop's watching for that flank from Rain. You always have to know that Rain is going to be more than confident to take these positions, and Rop's, he knows it. He's going to hunt him down, but he can't win anyways. Rain is just too good at the moment, and now you start worrying if you're mousesports. Now, in the back of your mind, you're saying, oh God, let's please not lose this round.
Well, it is very losable right now. Rain has the AK. It's a 5 versus 3. Guardian doing damage over to Oscar as well. At least there's a response from mousesports. They bring it back to 3v3. So that does stabilize things just a little bit. But Exist, he could be the linchpin here for the CT side if he gets the timing right. Has he just made a little bit too much noise though? Oscar, oh, goodness me. Down very low, and that kill might just save the round for mousesports.
Can't believe they come back into this round. That's a nice shot from Nico with the Deagle, and Rain has the AK-47. Another tag, and that should soften things up. mousesports has allowed themselves to get damaged massively by these Deagles. But Rain, no kit. He's going to go for this. He's already here. He's waiting for the mistake, waiting for the peek, and he finds it. But Sunny is able to close things out. A dangerous round, and mousesports somehow recover from a 3 versus 5.
A very, very close round, though, for mousesports. They do come away with it. I guess at this point, really, the focus for mousesports should be just getting one round at a time. So they've gotten that one, and they need to continue to put the right foot forward. FaZe not going to be able to get a buy through in this one.
It's so sick. I don't know how Rain gets that kill against a Rops who knows exactly where he is.
Magic. Does the rain dance.
It's not an easy kill, is it? No. 4 players over at the B-bomb site for FaZe, all waiting for this exact push, and we'll see what they can do. They're going to pop up at the same time. Whack-a-mole, but the whack portion of that is winning, per usual.
Yeah. Not a whole lot done by FaZe. The intent was good. That mousesports quite comfortable in this one. A bit of a change up now that Mouse is on the T side. They're starting to really dictate how this one is playing out, and FaZe having to play a little bit more reactively, but that being said, FaZe have not had the guns through, and this is going to be another buy for them.
I was going to say, this is the first real round that we've seen. Well, this is the first round in the last 3 rounds that we've seen FaZe actually has the weaponry to kind of challenge what mousesports wants to do. It's just so tough to think about if you're FaZe. You win that pistol, you were on a path to be a 13-5 lead, and losing that second round just to Glocks and a P250, not even to the CZs and the Deagles, which you can kind of explain in a way. They just misplayed it. And it gives mousesports a chance to come back into this map that was looking so dominant for FaZe. Off in Guardian's hands, over towards Picnic. He's going to fall back, and what a tough duo to have to get through on the bathrooms portion. Rain and Guardian to defend that.
At the moment, mousesports not interested in that part of the map.
Why would you be?
They've been having some success over on B, but typically the A site has been where mousesports have decided to go. This time though, the option's still there. Oscar having a look up long. The rest of mousesports making some noise over towards B, so FaZe need to figure out what's going on right now.
Oscar's got so much room to play with. This is wild. When does Guardian peek it? And does he? It's with the USP now. He spots the danger. Up is out, and he misses the shot. Oscar's going to take advantage of that, but wants to back away. He's applied pressure, and that smoke is going to keep them occupied. And Rain, meanwhile, he's found the rebuttal.
Yeah, he's doing those things. This is a good kill, though, for Rops, but traded straight away by Nico. It almost looked like there was going to be a two-man spray down there for Rops, but once again, FaZe comes up with the goods. Nico has gone down, and that was the key play, really, for FaZe. Now, it's favorable for mousesports. Carrigan needs to come up with another one of those rounds, and can't quite get the job done there. Just Guardian left alive, and might be able to deny the bomb plan. He's seen the cross, can't land the shot onto Stico. If he had done that, there was a chance for him in the round, but mousesports, they'll find another one.
A lot of that is dictated by Oscar. He really kind of threw Guardian in a really scary position, so some confusion on the rotation, some confusion of where that hit is coming from. That's all they needed. That boost gives one kill before being traded by Nico. Right on the flank, didn't have as much impact as he would have liked, only able to get one. Great job from Stico covering that and then transitioning to grab Guardian when he drops. Mousesports inching closer, 9-11. As they're on a run of their own. It's been 4 straight for them after losing the pistol.
Yeah, definitely been tough for FaZe to get their ball rolling here in the second half. Haven't been able to get the economy working for themselves. They've really only had that one proper gun round, which was the last round. And it didn't really seem too difficult to navigate for mousesports. All of a sudden, we should see them come back into this, making it towards a 11-11, although we will see the buy through for FaZe here. But yeah, mousesports have really been doing a lot better in the second half. Maybe the T side a little bit comfortable for both of these teams, or more comfortable rather.
Yeah, Chris J having a phenomenal game as well. 23 and 13 for him, leading the way, not just of his team, but the whole server. Closest to him is Guardian up at 17. Great individual effort from the mousesports captain, and they're, again, pretty solidified in this buy on the T side. FaZe switching to double up. Nico's got one, Guardian's got the other. Heavy lean towards the B bomb site for mousesports right off the bat. Again, Rain and Guardian being aggressive, and there goes Nico. He stayed on the boost, and his head was exposed, and Rops is going to find it. And now the rest of this hit is coming in slowly. Carrigan out in the open, he's caught.
He needs to find himself a position, but not quite going to be able to do that. Chris J putting the pressure on right now for FaZe and Exist. While he'll be able to get one, one is not enough.
You got to save here if you're FaZe. I don't think there's any reason Guardian and Rain should be coming close to this bomb site. Play the mousesports game, play it smart. You can have another buy into the next round with these 3 weapons saved forward. That's the call that's just come out just now as Guardian and Rain make their way back through Bank, back through the A bomb site, and Exist is going to join up with them. So a great round for mousesports, yielded a pop flash, and Nico wasn't nearly as hidden as he thought he was.
We've seen that a fair bit actually recently. A lot of players staying up on the boost, crouching down, thinking that they're not going to be spotted, but yeah, it does still peek over. And it costs FaZe the round. But not the map just yet. However, mousesports really coming back with a vengeance here in the second half.
Look at the money on this mousesports side. Oscar is at 16K. He's going to drop for Rops to rebuy just so he's not maxed out. But everyone is over 10,000 except for Rops. That's insane that mousesports has been able to make this much money. It has been a dominant stretch, a dominant 6 rounds. This is now getting very, very scary for FaZe, who's going to have to grind this down over a matter of multiple rounds. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to think for FaZe, you know, coming into the next, let's say 5 rounds. Even if they win 3 rounds in a row, there's still going to be money there to buy for mousesports. Even if they break the economy for mousesports, they're on the T side. If they're getting bombs down, you pretty much can still force through with those AKs. So it's a massive uphill battle here for FaZe, even if they win a lot of rounds in a row. But this is the start that they need. Exist coming up with 2 kills. However, his teammates on the B side have dropped as well. So he's on his own.
Sonny's obviously lined up that spam. That was from the doorway that he finds Guardian at that angle. He's just spamming through, and that allows his team the opportunity to go into the B bomb site, but they don't want to. They feel the pressure of the reinforcements. They're going to back away. Exist with a double kill is able to hold on. Massive amounts of utility damage done by FaZe on that hit. Still not out of this just yet, but they need this round.
Both teams need this round.
There's no utility as well on the mousesports side.
Not a lot for FaZe though, for their own right. But, oh, hello. It's that whack-a-mole game you were talking about.
Oh, that's a bit crazy. They spot each other's boosts, they back away, another boost coming in, but Oscar's going to start getting aggressive.
Comical. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. But mousesports making their way back into B. Nico, or rather Exist, has already lurked himself close to the site though, and could be curtains for Mouse if he does spot them out. Oscar, however, has got the information. Exist wisely, at least unbeknownst to him, has decided to keep himself alive. mousesports make their way out, but this is dangerous now, given Exist his position is known. Sonny not ready for it, and he might deny the player as well. Gets rid of 2, and that leaves us in a 2v1. It was so good, it looked so good for mousesports. They had the information that Exist was close, but he gets the timing still and manages to find the round.
4 kills on the man who's come in to replace Olaf Meister. Not an easy task to come into this super team and replace that player. And he performed so well in the Sydney Grand Final. He's done it again here. The initial double kill to hold things off to slow down the round, and this follow-up, even taking out the planner immediately when he's done. Sacrificing himself with 4 kills, 12-11, but a costly win for FaZe. We mentioned they've got a lot of rounds they have to grind this economy. mousesports can buy so deep into the losing bonus, especially if they're going to be getting those plants.
And FaZe, it's just, even though they're still ahead, 12-11, it feels as though mousesports are really in control of this map at the moment. All it takes is 1 round here for mousesports, and then they're back in front by quite a lead.
This is a lot of rounds they're heading towards the B bomb site, though. FaZe is going to start getting the read of these kind of scenarios. Rop's going to turn the corner. Kerrigan's in the corner. And he somehow wins that. Again, Rops seemed like he had the perfect idea of what was coming. And look at Rain's position. This is, that's a really jerk way to play this.
Yeah, this is just what Rain's been doing throughout this half, though. Like, he's been quite content to push aggressively on the CT side.
Well, this is the point when you talk about how many times mousesports has gone towards this B bomb site. We know Rain likes to flank. He's just going to get more and more confident with it.
It's giving more and more information over to FaZe. It's giving them more and more map control as well. And, oh, this is dangerous. Exist, he's done well, actually. He gets both the kills. That could have gone absolutely disastrously for FaZe, but they've stabilized. Nico gets a kill onto Sonny. And it's just the one player. Oh, wow. Headshot out as well to boot, and FaZe. That round could have gone much differently, but they'll be happy.
That could have gone terribly. Just that one shadow, I think it was, or maybe an arm or an elbow being spotted. The spam from the player in the bottom of that totem pole was huge, and the stack gets busted up so quick. If they turn that corner before he realizes it, that's a double kill and likely the bomb site lost. More than likely the bomb site lost for FaZe, but they just hang on. Another big double kill from Exist. Yeah. Transferring over to Stico, didn't even realize it. Nico's allowed to be the snake in the grass. They don't even realize he's still there. 13-11, FaZe re-establishing some control of this map.
Definitely, but still work to be done. We spoke about the economy of mousesports, and it is still very strong right now. Oscar, a great shot hit onto Rain. This time there's presence up on the A side of the map, and Rain not ready for it. The opening kill goes the way of mousesports, but quickly traded back by Nico. He's looked good with the AWP.
The equalizer is found. mousesports this time switching things up. 3 players towards bathrooms, and that kind of gives up the game in its own right. They haven't really done this too many rounds, so when they do actually make this presence, if you're FaZe, you have to be saying there's likely multiple people here. The only other round I can think of them giving some love over to this A bomb site was that first gun round where Oscar was kind of really pressuring it out towards long. So Kerrigan's in the site, Guardians nearby and bank. All 4 players from mousesports slowly encroaching, but FaZe not able to cheat a 3rd player. They're not convinced just yet.
This is a cheeky angle here from Guardian. It might just work out for him as well. Oh, the head is spotted, but the shot not landed. Grenade to follow up. That'll cause, actually not really a headache there for mousesports at all. Kerrigan gets dropped as well. This time not having any luck on the A bomb site, but still 3 players to find. Guardian should be forced back by the Molotov, and that might even just secure the round here for mousesports.
They don't get a pick soon, and there's another missed opportunity for Guardian. I think they just have to call the save. There's a nice shot. 3-on-3, double up setup. They do have kits on the FaZe side. No smoke, though. They're going to need another pick to make this work.
Yeah, their time is running out as well. Guardian going down. That should seal the deal for mousesports. Exist can still go and grab that second AWP if he wants to save it through to the next round, but not so sure it's going to be an easy task for him now. Oh boy, Sonny looking to do some damage and hasn't spotted out Nico there. In the end, Nico misses the shot, does close it out with the USP, and he'll survive.
Really?
Just, yeah. Well, it was a bit touch and go for a moment.
It did look a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
13-12, another nice hit from mousesports, and seemed like Kerrigan, for whatever reason, was not ready for those players to swing into his crosshair. He had kind of the exact fight he wanted. The first player was blind, the second player comes in, and he wasn't prepared for it. Still on a really narrow margin between these two teams. A great run from mousesports, built up so much money, and that's really the struggle from FaZe that we're seeing. They did win 2 in a row, but not even close to denting the mousesports economy.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just the thing that we were talking about. I mean, mousesports, they had so much money to play with. Even if they lost a round or two here, they were going to be able to continue to buy 4 or 5 rounds deep, 6 rounds even. Yeah. Depends on how many guns come through, depends on how many bomb plants, that kind of thing. But it was always going to be mousesports, really. It looked like they could buy out the rest of this map. And for now, FaZe, they're back onto an eco. This allows mousesports to come away with another at least 1 round. But even if they lose the next gun round from FaZe, there's still money there for mousesports. It's just FaZe have found them in such an economic hole.
After such a dominant first half and then winning the pistol round, yeah, this is a kind of a surprise turnaround. The tough part is you have Nico with an op, and he can make things happen. He'll have a chance here. He's blind at the moment. They know where he is. There's Exist providing some defense, and Nico with the response. He's kept them in a man advantage, misses the follow-up down to 13 HP. Can still do more, but he's baited into a shot and then taken down by Rops. Great pressure from mousesports to take advantage of this B-bomb set, and Oscar at range. Just deleting players.
Yeah, if Nico gets even... Ooh. Whoa, okay. Hello, Rain. If Nico gets even 1 more kill there, it might be enough for FaZe to rotate across to the B side and stack their numbers there. But in the end, mousesports is going to come away with it. Not a bad round out for FaZe, really, considering what they had. But puts us back to 13 apiece. The buy to come through here for FaZe.
Oh, they need this one. They need it so badly. This might be mousesports taking control and maybe even taking that first map. If FaZe isn't able to win this one, we'll see what comes of it. This is well done from Rops to clean up on Nico, and the follow-up on Kerrigan, providing some safety for his team to get into that bomb site. So plenty of money on mousesports. Can't say the same whatsoever, not even close for FaZe. Thankfully, they do have 1 kit on Kerrigan. So if they do get into a retake situation and he's still alive, or they know where the kit is, they have some time to work with. 4 players, excuse me, towards Fountain. Rops going to be in the underpass.
Rain continuing the aggression. Out towards long. This time he's got backup though. Kerrigan might be the difference here between what we saw earlier on, where Rain just got picked, and potentially some damage being done over to mousesports. Guardian holding strong on the A-bomb side. He's spotted the bomb out as well. There's a second shot for him. Just giving us a bit of a masterclass right now with the AWP. There'll be another opportunity presented to him. Misses it this time. But he's gotten 2, and that's more than enough. It's on the rest of the players on FaZe now to stand up and close this round out.
Tough part is you've got Oscar now with the op, with space, with time.
And the bomb to go down for mousesports as well. Oscar looking for Exist, and he'll find him. Now we're into a 2v2, but the wrap is coming in from FaZe from 2 different angles. Rain, as of yet, his position unknown. This could prove to be very useful for FaZe. If he finds Rops, or even Oscar, doesn't really matter which, that's gonna really open this side up. Rain has spotted out Rops, and he suspects the next player. Gives away the position of Oscar. Although it was known anyway, Nico does get the kill.
They know where Kerrigan's kit is. He doesn't have a kit. I don't know. This is going to be close,
He's got time. You always want to back the guy. Like, he knows, right? If Nico's sticking this, surely he knows he's got time.
Yeah, these... Nope. You'd think so, wouldn't you? You backed the player. You've done it. You've ruined it all.
How's curse?
mousesports, 14-13. A narrow victory in that round. Nico just not able to find the time for the defense.
I mean, he took a little bit of a second there to pick up the AWP. I wonder if that's cost him the round.
This is so tough. I like this fast pace that mousesports has come out with, but that kind of exchange right there we see from Guardian, that is mousesports being too loose. He's not blind. He's got no flashbang. He doesn't have to dodge anything. There's no quick trade coming in. He's able to get 2 easy kills. Again, they have that trump card. They have Oscar, one of the... I think he's one of the best clutch players we have. When you get him in open space, especially with an AWP, he's going to take angles, and he's going to win a lot of them, and you can see he does just that there. A lot of presence at this bomb site, though, for FaZe, so this is going to be a hard-fought round again, and mousesports coming out on the losing side of it. 2-on-3 scenario, and they're getting beat up. They have so many different angles. They have such low HP. They've got to get some of these kills coming in, but again, it's Oscar who's going to be called upon to bail them out.
And that's not gone the way that mousesports would have wanted him to go at all. The B-bomb side, a poisoned apple for them. It looked so nice, But in the end, FaZe, this is the kind of a round that lets them back into this map, and Rain closes out the final 2. That should have been 15 up for mousesports, and FaZe fighting desperately to come back into it. But now, FaZe have got a good buy through. They've got an extra round on the board, and mousesports will be able to get a buy through here. But what could have been? That's the difference between winning map 1 and losing map 1.
Well, I mean, if we're fair to both teams, I mean, FaZe have just kind of responded, right? mousesports win the second round after losing Pistol, so it's only fair that FaZe are able to win a force buy later on in this half. It's just what a critical juncture it is. You have a lot more time to recover from losing the second round than you do to losing that round. And finally, that mousesports economy is not looking good. Losing this round for mousesports, and they would not have that a massive bank to lean upon in the final round. Perhaps having to go to pistols for the first time since the second round of this half.
A precarious position now for both teams. Really, this next round could decide how the map does end up playing out. I mean, FaZe have got a little bit more cash to play with, but their buy's not going to be perfect if they get completely wiped. So mousesports still in with a very real possibility to exist. He looks almost comical just falling over there. In the end, it's not how FaZe would have liked things to have started off, but Nico's going to try and find a response.
Look at the risk they're taking with this boost. If anyone wanders through Monster, this is pretty much over. It's a free kill, maybe even free 2 kills. So Nico wants to find the equalizer. He almost does it. He thought that was going to be a headshot. He's got Sunny down low, but he assumed he would be completing the kill. Stopped his shot and actually got off the top boost.
Well, damage is better than nothing. And it does cost a little bit of time there for mousesports. In the end, he actually does get rid of Sunny, spamming away through the wall. Nico. Oh! Has he spotted him out there, or was that just a lucky kill? I'm not sure, but regardless, Chris J is dead. That's what FaZe would want. Rox goes down as well. Trades across the board, but Nico is coming up absolutely massive right now. 4 kills so far and looking for the ace. He'll surely be able to get it. A fantastic round out from Nico to put FaZe up to 15, and that's the star power we're talking about.
That is incredible. Not many players in the world can handle that kind of a round the way Nico just did, and that is beautiful. He definitely spotted Chris J as the smoke just barely started to fade. We obviously didn't see it on our screen. That is a beautiful performance, and right when they need one of the strongest players in the world, they get him. Nico, the jump spam, that shot, the follow-up as well. Remember, he's got to manage 2 angles here, especially when Kerrigan goes down. He's got to divide his attention. The flick onto Oscar is a thing of brilliance. And 15-14, Nikos gave his team a great advantage to close this first map out.
And mousesports going to be really scratching their heads at this one. They thought we were coming back, we were going to win this map, and all of a sudden it's FaZe now looking poised to close it out 16-14. Rain, if he just gets one more kill here, that might be all over, as mousesports with a player deficit, they don't have any control of the map. Guardian was watching the angle, and they know where the bomb is as well. mousesports in dire straits.
They've got 2 AKs, so not all is lost. They've got, you know, as much utility as I guess you could ask for in a round like this from mousesports. Smoking a Molotov on Oscar. We'll just ignore the decoy for now, and we'll see. Nico and Guardian currently over at this A bomb site, and Oscar and Rops have actually just retreated all the way to the backside of the map towards T-spawn, so no information possible. And you have to like this call out of Exist, how he's playing this B bomb site. You play retake. You don't lose the bomb site entirely. If you get into a fight, you can just hide. You can wait for your teammates to rotate over. You buy time for Nico and Guardian to get into the fight, get into the action. And Oscar and Rops have a very tough battle here to force overtime.
They have slowed things down quite significantly though, but FaZe have read the situation well. They've got more presence towards the B bomb site. Nico's watching from the sniper's nest and Exist ever stoic. Still staying on the B side as the anchor spots out Rops as well. Damage is done. It's not a kill there for FaZe, but it's information, and that's what's important. With 24 seconds left on the clock, the bomb has to go down now from mousesports, and they'll be able to find the kill. Oscar in the 1v3, and he can't get the job done. FaZe, they're going to be able to close it out 16-14 as soon as that defuse comes across. A good first map out from them, but mousesports, they definitely showed they can contest this matchup.
It shouldn't have been this difficult to win the map. FaZe had such a good lead, but still, when you're in a best of 3, this team is going to know. All that matters is that you get the victory. Doesn't matter how you come by it. Great round from Nico down the stretch. That ace is a thing of beauty. Might be the play of the game, in fact. And FaZe take a close one, 16-14 on their own pick.
Yeah, just the big individual step-ups there, proving too much as FaZe close out map 1. We'll be heading to map 2 in a sec, but first, a break.